We begin talking about Richland County deputies who say a woman is accused of scamming an 87-year-old woman out of more than $17,000. We're told the suspect even posed as law enforcement to gain the victim's trust. News 19's Key Gushu has this cautionary tale tonight.
Investigators say this case began at a retail store in northeast Richland County, where the suspect, 41-year-old Dorothy Watkins, was working as a cashier under a false identity. Deputies say she took the victim's driver's license while helping her at the register and handed back a different one instead.
The clerk that was working there was working under a false identity, had got the job using someone else's identity because her record is 19 pages long.
What followed, investigators say, was a series of in-person visits to the victim's home.
This is probably one of the most disturbing scams against a senior that we've dealt with. And it's not because of the amount of money that was stolen, it was the boldness of the scammer. Going to our victim's house three times.
Deputies say each time she showed up, she changed her look.
She is wearing a different wig every time that she shows up. She's concealing her identity.
On that third visit, Lott says Watkins claimed she worked for the Richland County Sheriff's Department and even used Sheriff Leon Lott's name to convince the victim she was legitimate. Then deputies say she took the woman to go to the bank to try to take out $10,000. Deputies say the bank did not complete that withdrawal, but while Watkins was with the victim, Lott said she stole credit cards and later used them to make fraudulent purchases.
She charged over $17,000 worth of stuff from this lady's credit card. Washer and dryer, a stove. She just went on a shopping spree.
Watkins is now charged with kidnapping, impersonating a law enforcement officer, financial identity fraud, exploitation of a vulnerable adult, obtaining property under false pretenses, and financial transaction fraud. She has since been released on bond and is required to wear an ankle monitor. Alex Galloway works in cybersecurity at USC and says one of the biggest warning signs is pressure to act fast.
One of the telltale signs that you're involved in a scam is that the caller is trying to get you to take an action immediately.
And if someone is asking for money while claiming to be law enforcement, he says that should immediately raise concern.
Police departments don't call and ask their citizens for money.
Sheriff Lott says protecting seniors may mean family members getting more involved and watching closely for red flags.
You have got to check their credit card statements. You got to check their bank balances, their checking account balances. You got to check their mail. And yes, they'll get mad at it until they say they don't need you to do it. But if you really love your senior citizen, you love your family member, you need to do that.
In Richland County, Kiki Gushu, News 19, WLTX.
That is such a scary case. Thank you so much, Kiki. By the way, deputies say if you believe you or a loved one might be caught up in some sort of scam, call law enforcement right away. Do not waste any time. They're also pointing out to Project Hope, that is the Sheriff's Department's program that is focused on supporting senior citizens. If you want to read more about this story, just go to our website. That, of course, is WLTX.com.